This is some very aggressive thumbnail posing, and I like it. Hi guys and welcome, my name is Jude, and today I am here to do a review of I Am Watching You by Teresa Driscoll. Teresa Driscoll. Whatever. I did not like this book. It took me a while to say that. I had given it 3 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, and the more I thought about it and I just let it sit there on my shelves, I was like, no. So I took my rating down to 2 stars, and yeah, no, I didn't like it. So I Am Watching You is the story of a girl that's called Annabella that goes to London one day and she disappears suddenly. The story revolves around 3 points of view that were key in her disappearance, that are her best friend that went with her on the trip, her family, and a witness. The last person that witnessed her before she went missing. And they're dealing with the aftermath of her disappearance. It's been a year, they have not found her yet, and then some odd things start happening and it seems like there's someone watching them. Well, watching one of the characters, the witness. It sounds interesting. It's the disappearance of someone, trying to find out what happened, seeing what things were missed, why haven't they been able to find her. Sounds interesting, right? Yeah, no. I Am Watching You reads lazy. The whole point of the story is that they cannot find Anna, you know, the missing girl. She went missing when she was with her best friend, and the police are investigating and they cannot find clues. But the reason why they cannot find her is because everyone is lying. And that's not a spoiler. That's what the whole book is about. That's how it starts, with people keeping things secret. Keeping things hushed, keeping things secret. And well, yeah, if you're not honest with the police, then chances are you're not gonna find the person you're trying to look for, you know? And you know, that can be an approach to storytelling, that people are lying and being sneaky, kind of like the express train, this book, Murder on the Orient Express kind of storytelling. Like, that would have been different. But here, everyone's like, oh my god, why can't we find her? And then they're all just lying and doing stupid things, and I've said this before, but every single character was hell-bent on being stupid. The character that is the witness begins to receive this sort of like hate mail, hate letters, saying that it was her fault that Anna disappeared, and when she gets the letters, she's like, I'm not gonna tell anyone. When she should have brought them to the police, you know, but she doesn't tell anyone, and eventually she hires a detective and she's talking with the detective. The detective is like, you need to give them to the police. And she's like, I should, but I won't. And she doesn't tell her husband, and she doesn't want to tell the police, and like, it's these kind of things that are just not letting the plot move forward. And I get it, you know, that's the whole plot. It's these people that are not getting it, but it's so frustrating to read, and there's a point at which it just becomes stupid. Because further into the story, the safety of the witness is compromised, and the husband is like, you can't go out and not tell me, you know? You cannot do this to me. You just can't do this to me, you know? It's not, no. And she's like, yeah, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. And then guess what? She does it. She goes out, she puts herself in danger, and it's like, why? She knows that what she's doing is wrong and she still does it. And it's not like I'm perfect or anyone's perfect, but that was not a mistake. That was just sheer stupidity. And all of the characters were borderline stupid. There is a line in which you stop making an honest mistake and in which you just start doing stupid shit. And this book was full of stupid shit. All of the characters, the best friend, what a bitch, honestly. I found 0 redeeming qualities in any of these characters, no matter how hard the author was trying to make me empathize with them and see why they were lying or telling secrets or just being, you know, like, no, I couldn't stand them. The more I think about it, I didn't like any of the characters, and so many of the backstories that they were giving or the details that they were forming, I was like, this is so useless. This has no relevance. And it wasn't relevant to the story, and it was just there, and I was like, why? It made for a very frustrating read, and not in a good way. There's times where the tension is frustrating, but you're like, this is cool. But in I Am Watching You, it was just no wonder that the things that were happening. They were all so selfish, saying that they didn't want to find Anna, that that was all they wanted to do, but none of them were willing to do what it took to get her back, you know? Which was just, be honest. And finally, when it was time for the ending and, you know, shit to get resolved, It was so lazy. I'm gonna say something about the ending. I don't think it's a spoiler, but if you really want to read it, then just mute this video until the emoji disappears. So, when it came time to find out who the person that was doing all of this was, it was someone that wasn't even in the story. It was someone that you couldn't have guessed, and it's not because it was super clever, it's because the author brought in someone that there was no way in hell you could think was the person that was culpable. The cool thing about mystery thrillers or murder mysteries or disappearance stalker mysteries is that you're trying to guess who the crazy person is, you know? You're like, oh, it could be that one or that one, and then finding out that you were right or that the person you were least expecting was it. But in I Am Watching You, there was no way to guess, and I think that's so lazy. It's like, oh, you would have never guessed because you couldn't have ever guessed. And had it been the person I thought it was going to be, it would have been a lot better. At least in my head, it would have been more interesting. There would have been a lot more to explore. But since it's someone that she just brought up out of nowhere, it just... That's it. You can unmute this video now. So no, I do not recommend I Am Watching You. If you are looking to satisfy your mystery thriller cravings, I suggest Still House Lake by Rachel Kane. It's the closest thing I can think of in terms of genre to I Am Watching You, and it is so well done, so I would go for this one instead of that one, this one. Ugh. Though I'm not gonna lie, even though it was difficult to read through, I was still invested in the story. If you take the very base of the story, like the very thin thread of what it was very entertaining. I wanted to know what was going to happen even if I was just losing my mind while doing so. So that's why I gave it 2 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. I can confidently say that I did not like it, but I can also confidently say that I wanted to know what was going to happen. So, you guessed it, I say bye. Unless you're really curious, then I just borrow. But better say bye. But yeah, those are my thoughts on this book. Do let me know in the comment section down below if you read it, if you liked it, why did you like it, if you didn't like it, I feel you. Any thoughts you have, just leave them down below. I'd love to check them out. If you have a review, link it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. I also have a written review for this. You will also find it linked down below. Just saying now.